Hey friends, today on Gardening with Creekside, we are going to get some water up here at the chicken coop and the gardens. Jerry and Andrew have been busy already so far this day getting the irrigation lines up here. So we're going to give you an overview of what we were doing, and we are going to install a new Hoselink to this area. Fantastic retractable hose. I love this thing, and it is fantastic and will make life up here at the chicken coop and the surrounding gardens so much easier. So we're just kind of give you an overview of what is happening here this afternoon in this space, because you've been here with us a couple of times before already, and this is a developing garden. And yes, it is hot. It is July. We need to get some water sources up here for the chickens and for the flowers as well. So let me give you an overview of what has happened thus far. Jerry and Andrew, like I said, have been working quite well already. Today is mid-afternoon, and you can see that they have the 1-inch PVC line up here to the chicken coop, and they were using the Bobcat with the trencher, and basically it's already been put in the ground and all covered up, but you can probably see the disturbed soil all the way down past the tractor shed and then around in front of the Green Giants to the water box that is down there in the gravel. So that was pretty straightforward as far as we, like I said, used the Bobcat with the trencher on there, and then just use the trencher to dig the hole, lay down the pipe, and this is where we are. So what we're going to do is Jerry is working on a couple of things. So this water source here is obviously on the back side of the chicken coop, because we're going to use this water both for the chickens and then, like I said, to install the Hoselink. You see the Hoselink back over there. They are getting ready to install a freeze-proof, is that what you call it, Jerry? Freeze-proof spigot. And so that is what this metal pipe is right here. That way it does not freeze. Like, you can have this water source here all winter. It does not have to be covered because it is freeze-proof, and as long as you don't have the water turned on, it will not freeze. So we're going to install a 6x6 post right here along where the freeze-proof water hose is going to go, and then run a line so that the chickens can have their automatic water. So we had this left over from our first set of chickens, and so it's a system that will set up, connects to water, and then the chickens can come up to these little nipples basically and get it, and then this is where they get their water from. It was painted green for some reason. We're going to spray paint that back so it'll be white, so just kind of ignore that color on it, but obviously that's going to go on the inside of the coop so that the girls can get water source that way, and it will be in the shade on this back side. You see they've already had some watermelon today, some cucumber from the garden. These girls it's a rough life around here for these girls. So what we're going to do is as we go through this process, I'm going to kind of walk you through. But there is the 6x6 that you can see. It will go in the ground. It will get concreted in. And yeah, so we're just going to take you kind of along for this journey of getting water to the chickens and the gardens, installing the Hoselink, show you how it all works. Lots of fun. So Jerry is currently using the Power Planter auger drill set to dig this massive hole for the 6x6 to go in there. And let me just show you a little bit here, in case you've ever wondered if the augers will work on compacted red clay. There you go. It's pretty compacted in there. So he's got to go down 2 feet because we're going to concrete it in 2 feet down and then have 3 feet of the post to stick out. So yeah. But that's where that E-clutch comes in, is because when it hits resistance, see how it turns itself off? So it's not wrecking Jerry and taking him for a ride. See, it just hits resistance and then it turns off. So there you go.
Bag.
All right, my friends, so we've got all of the final PVC is hooked up. We've got the frost-proof, freeze-proof spigot in the ground attached, 6x6s in, and everybody has been concreted in. We use the quick set concrete, so we pour it in the hole dry and then add water, mix it around a little bit. Works just fantastic for us here in the South with our thick red clay, and that holds moisture really well. So that's the way we do it, super easy and fast. Now, what the fellas are getting ready to do, or in the process of doing right now, is adding on the mounting block for the Hoselink. It is super simple. So all you have to do is just attach this Hoselink holder onto either a 6x6, like a building, like you can really just do it about just anywhere. And then so we put that in, and then the Hoselink will just pop down into it super easy. So the installation for a Hoselink reel is really easy. So we just pop it down in there, and then for the freezer frost proof, there we go, can't even talk, here we go, see? Boom, there you go. That's how you mount it. And then of course you have to get it cleaned up. Can't have the red clay on there because, you know, it's brand new. Gotta make sure it's nice and shiny and pretty. So that is one reason why we kind of put it away from the chicken coop, is that way it will pivot and get a nice rotation on it, and we can get all of the gardens filled up with water as we need it. Makes it super easy to do that. So the way then that you just plug it into your spigot here is Andrew got like a 4-way splitter. So we will put that on, and then that way we can hook the Hoselink to that, and then the little short green hose right here is what we will run to the chicken coop. So we're just gonna keep getting everything installed, and the heat's starting to get to us, at least to me. I can't talk clearly. Right, words are hard. Yes, but anyway, all right, gonna keep on working. Come on, out.
What's this layer? Yeah.
Okay, my friends, so today's project is complete, but stay tuned because we're going to come back here first thing tomorrow morning, and we're going to do a little demonstration on all the water working, hopefully, and give you an update on the gardens surrounding here because it is a Friday afternoon, about 4 o'clock, and so we need to let all of the glue dry on the PVC before we get water running through there, and then really we need to let that concrete set for a good couple of hours before I start pulling and tugging on the Hoselink because I don't want to get the post off level. So just stay tuned. We'll be back here tomorrow morning. We're gonna go have a nice good sleep, and then we'll see you back here first thing tomorrow morning and give you an update on all things working. All right, my friends, so it has actually been a couple of days since we were up here because, full disclosure, right, tell you how things just go around here. Came back the next morning right after we just filmed, and Jerry got all the water turned on for me because it was Saturday, so he had to go to the nursery. He was like, it's working great, everything's doing wonderful. I was like, awesome. Hauled all the camera equipment up here. Megan was up here with me. She goes, Mama, I just heard a loud pop. Well, all of a sudden, water just starts bubbling up from underneath the ground. So what had happened, and Jerry was a little like, he kind of figured something wasn't quite right when they were installing it, but the pipe was not level like it should have been. And so once it got a lot of water in there, basically the frost-proof, freeze-proof spigot came apart from the PVC down in the ground. So water was just pouring out. That, my friends, is why it is so important to have a main water valve to turn off. So I came over here and turned it off. Everything was fine. Well, of course, it was Saturday morning, and so we just kind of had to say, okay, so no water for right now. I knew Jerry could come back and fix it. So that's what we did. We took a pause. It was the weekend, but I think, was it Saturday night? I believe it was Saturday night. We get a lot of deliveries around here, and the Amazon driver came. He did absolutely nothing wrong. This is not against Amazon driver, but down at the driveway where Jerry tied into the main water to bring it up here, again, little something wasn't quite right, and when he drove his truck over that pipe, it got a hairline crack in it. Not a massive crack, just a hairline crack. So Sunday afternoon, we were like, why is there water? So it was just like, nothing was working correctly. Fast forward to Monday morning, Jerry and Andrew get all over it, got everything fixed. They did it exactly. They reinforced, like they actually put concrete in to get that structure down here. They redid this, got it all nice and level. So now we're here on Tuesday and everything is working correctly. Just know, y'all, nothing goes perfect. It is rare. Perfect is just some weird figment that is not true. So I'm going to show you what happened, right? And so what we have here now, and it is fantastic. So we do have the main water spigot right here, and so this is where the water comes up. This winter, I will have to go ahead and just turn this off. The reason that this is freeze proof is because you have this galvanized pipe, and at the bottom in the ground, there's a little brass hole. So when you turn this off, all the water in this pipe drains out. That's why they put gravel in there, so it will drain. So in the winter time, I will have to leave this turned off, because if I leave it up, then yes, there's water in here and it can freeze and it can crack. Been there, done that. So we'll turn it off. We put a 4-way splitter. That way we can access water however we need to. Don't have to unhook things. The gray is the Hoselink. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then we have the green, the black green over here goes to the water for the chickens. So that goes under. They went underneath the 6x6, so they didn't have to cut anything. They just kind of opened up the chicken wire that is the predator guard, slid it under there, and got it connected. It is on. It'll take the girls a couple of days to realize that there is water in there. We'll get it all figured out and straightened up and tied down, so don't worry about that. But they do have their water in there for them right now. So they will have their automatic watering. We have the Hoselink up here, which I am so excited about. So Jerry and Andrew, this is again a 6x6. 6x6. We will stain it, so don't worry. At first I thought I would do it white. I am not doing it white. I'm going to stain it that same, what do we call that color? That we do everything, like the berm, the fence. I don't remember what it is, but it's like a charcoal black. So it'll go really nicely with this Hoselink. This is the Hoselink you can get in 2 colors. You can get it in like a creamy beige, and you can get it in the black charcoal. Up here we went with the black charcoal, and we went with the 82 foot. So you can get it in a 50 feet or 82 feet. Because the vast majority of things up here are not going to be on irrigation, I wanted to have the longest one that I could. That way I can hit basically everything here. Hoselink is fantastic. So a couple of things that we love about this, right? So this rotates. So if I'm going over here to this garden, I can rotate it this way. If I'm going to come over here, it rotates back and forth. Super easy. All you had to do when you mounted it was the fellas bolted in the mounting block, and then this just slides in. So you can, like, you could totally come in here and pick that up, right? And then it slides down in there. So they are the easiest things ever to mount. And then they are called Hoselink because this is how the company got started, was because of how they connected their, just show you how it works. There we go, got water. Because of their links right here. So this is the standard nozzle that comes with your Hoselink. So you have, this will turn it on here, and it will also turn on and off right here. And basically it's like your standard hose shower head, where you can go to all the different like applications, right? You can do a shower, you can do the full, you can do a mist, and you just simply turn it and click it, and it works like that. So to turn this one on, you either turn it here or you turn it right there. Now, what's neat is, because they're called Hoselink, are these connectors. So that simply comes off. You just twist it. When Hoselink was here, oh, I didn't get a connector, so we'll have to do this real quick. When Hoselink was here, this is their new nozzle that they have, and it's a trigger. So I honestly like this trigger a little bit better than this. It does have where you can just, you know, set it and forget it and it'll go. For me, maybe I'm just old fashioned, but I do like having that trigger on there. So we'll get another connector. So the idea is that you have connectors and you can easily switch and rotate those off. I just forgot to grab that. So to put it on, all you have to do is find, right here we go, your little knob right here, your knob here, line them up, and then twist, and boom, there you go. So what is great is that you can then take it, you pull it, and then I can come and water. So great water pressure, and then once you go to a certain length, it'll kind of click, and you can go as far as you need to. So this is the Temple of Bloom. It is doing really well. So this makes it so easy for me to come up here and water when I need to replace water for the chickens until they discover their automatic waters. It makes it super easy on that. So really nice. I love these heads because they're super easy depending on what you're doing. I like to do the shower when I am watering the plants because it's nice and soft, but it gets really good coverage. Again, I tend to like to turn it on and off down here. I think Jerry sometimes likes to turn it on and off up at the top. So it just depends on what you do. So then, okay, Temple of Bloom is watered. So then we need to come over here and water the trees. So I simply just pull, and here we have our elm. It's connected, and then there you go. So that makes it really easy. All of the plants have done really well as far as adjusting to us putting them up here. The heat has hit, like it is warm. I know it's warmer in other parts of the country, but for us it is hot and it is humid. You will notice that the bags are gone off of 3 of the trees. That is because I did fill them up. They were working great, doing wonderful. But then the hydrangeas, the pufferfish over there, were on the struggle bus. So I took the bags off of here and put them on the pufferfish, used them on the pufferfish. They are nice and recovered and loving life really well. And so I can just take those bags back and forth if I need to, because I want your trees with that heat, they need deep watering. Yes, this is great to give them that nice shot of water, especially on that root ball, and to dampen that soil. But every couple of days, getting these trees established, they need a nice deep watering, and that is where those bags come in really handy. So let me show you the bags, but I'm also going to show you how easy it is to retract this. So you just give it a little pull, you hold on to it, and you walk it up. Ta-da! There's no more pulling and tugging and winding, and oh, so much easier, so much easier. All right, annuals are doing great. Trees are doing great. You'll notice I did leave the bag on the paper bark maple because it does like it more moist. So we need to fill that up again, but it is doing great. Everything is doing really nicely, and you can see that the puffer fish, because they were on the struggle bus there for a couple of days because they needed that really nice deep watering, and that's where the bags came into play. Somebody was asking, do we need to be concerned that the water gets too hot and like would burn the roots? The bag's empty within like 4 to 6 hours, and it's not directly at this point like on the root ball. So no, I mean, I thought about that, but I'm not concerned about that, and clearly the plants are doing just fine. So it's super easy just to grab the hose, come in here and fill it up. So you just pop this open, put the Hoselink right there, and I just shoot it in with the nozzle, and then the water fills up. I don't get it like super full because I don't want to pop them. I'm still a little leery on that. And then you just close it up and then lay it back down, and there you go. So what's great about these bags, I got them off of Amazon, is that they do have, there's 2 emitters right here that they will slowly drip the water. And like I said, it takes 4 to 6 hours to empty the bag. So yeah, I mean, everybody is doing great. The bags work really nicely. We've even talked about maybe trying to find bags similar to this and have them at the nursery for folks who are doing the kind of exact same thing that we're doing this time of year and planting, because it's not always the best idea to plant hydrangeas that are in full bloom because it's so stinking hot and they struggle. But so far with these bags, they are working great, but it is nice to have water up here. I know the girls will be very happy to have consistent water in their automatic water. Once they figure that out, they will. But nice to have an ease of watering everything up here. So a huge, I'm probably glistening. Can y'all see the little sweat beads on my lip? Like, it's just, we don't perspire here in the South, we glisten. So I'm glistening very well. But a huge thank you to Jerry and Andrew for their perseverance and all their sweat that they put into getting me water up here at the chicken coop. With that, we're pretty much done up here as far as like the infrastructure. We will not have electricity up here. We don't need to have electricity. I have got my the Hoselink. These are the solar lights. Now you'll notice I've got some big old honking nails right there because I wasn't sure if it was going to get enough light because it's underneath kind of the eave of the roof. But they do. These get great light. These are motion activated. So if I need to come up here at night to check on the girls, these lights come on. These are floodlights. So I have them on this side and the other side. You can check out all the information and order from Hoselink, whether you're looking for a Hoselink reel, you want to look at the floodlights because these things are bright and there's different settings that you can have them on. And you can use our coupon code to get $10 off your order. I will have that all available. Check out the links in the video description. I will also have it pinned at the top. That way you can click on that link and it'll take you straight to Hoselink and you can see everything. But yeah, those hose reels are a fantastic, yes, it's a bit of an investment, but it saves so much time. So if you find that you have like mobility issues or you have arthritis, it's just hard to get around and you're tired of wrestling with hoses, Hoselink really is fantastic, and they stand behind their product, and so if you have any problems, you can contact them and they will help you. And then the solar lights are amazing. Like, I always kind of shied away from solar lights because I didn't think that they were going to be, they were going to work well, that they were not going to be as bright. Love these solar lights from Hoselink. So anyway, we've got water up here at the chickens, and just in time because the heat has hit for everybody. As always, y'all, we hope you have found this fun, informative, and inspirational. Thank you so much for gardening with Creekside. Y'all have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.
We gotta have another chain to get it to probably like.
Come here, chicken.